Okay, let's go ahead and do the clock face marquetry. So the first thing you're going to do is over here, step one, you're going to draw a rectangle. So we're going to pick the rectangle, we're going to click, we're going to go R, whatever your width is, 8 comma, whatever the height is. In this case it's going to be 8. We'll hit enter. Now we have the full size of your back of your clock. We want to do an offset so that we can keep the numbers or the symbols inside the border, and we're going to offset 0.75, and we're just going to use this so that we can line everything up. So now what we can do is start to locate stuff. If you're going to do some symbols or things that change, you probably want to start with a circle. So the first thing I will do is I will move the circle to a predetermined spot. At the 12 o'clock, I will then move it inside, and we can do the same with the numbers, but what we'll do here is we're going to go up and we're going to do an array, and it's going to be a polar. So if we come over here, we can click this and we can go polar array. It's asking what object. That object, I'm going to go the center. How many of them? There are 12. 360 is our fill angle, and if you're happy with that, you can go ahead and delete it. And at this point, you can go ahead and delete that circle. If you want to do it with numbers, you can do the same thing. Just go ahead and start with that in the center. Go ahead and array it. You can edit those. If you'd rather do symbols, you can go ahead and grab a symbol, put it in there, and go ahead and array. Alright, so off screen I went and did the array with the stars here. So now what we need to do is we need to make this background smaller, so I'm going to break it up into pieces. So I'm just going to pick alright, so off screen I went and did the array with the stars here. So now what we need to do is we need to make this background smaller, so I'm going to break it up into pieces. So I'm just going to pick the line here. I'll start where the center is, and then I'm just going to make a squiggly line outside of the rectangle. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do another polar array with this. Let's see what 12 looks like. That doesn't look too bad, so I'm going to go ahead and keep that. Then I'm going to do some trimming. Anything that sticks over, I'm going to get rid of. And I'm going to look for any conflicts that I need to trim out. I don't see any in this, so I think we're good to go here. So now the next thing what we need to do is break up the background. Whoops, did that, sorry. We're going to do a curve boolean. That is in green. I come up here and type CB, curve boolean. Combine regions, no. I'm going to highlight everything. I'm going to do the background first. So I'm just going to click in the background. And when I'm done, I'm going to right click. And when I move out, I now have my pieces. But I have things that are 100% inside it. So when you move this, make sure you grab the outside piece and the inside star. Because if you don't, things aren't going to line up and you're going to have to go back and start over. Once you get them all spread out, we can do the offset. Now, I'm using a single star that is the exact same, so I really only need to do one. So I'm going to do a curve boolean again. I'm just going to pick one. I'm going to move that over. Now I don't need to do all of them because I'm just going to do a real quick array. I'm going to do 3 and 4. None or 1 in the Z, and now I'm just going to spread them out. And there's all my stars. Alright, I'm ready to go to the offset multiple, and our offset is 0.0025. So I'm going to go to red. I'm going to go up to my command line. I'm going to type in offset, and you should end up with a drop down that says multiple. You're going to change the distance 0.0025. You're going to hit enter. Select the curves. You're going to do all of the green. Right click because I'm done, and you want to be outside of them to click. And when you do that, you should have an outside and then an inside automatically on these. At this point, I'm not going to delete anything. I'm going to turn off my green, and so that I don't get these moving from each other, I'm going to grab that and I'm going to group them. Just one at a time. You're going to go around and group all of these. That way, when you go back and pick one, they all go with it. So I'm going to take a second and group all these. Now what I need to do is I need to find a piece of wood. This one just happens to be 12 inches by 3 inches. And I need to place these on that so that I can get them cut. If they don't fit, all you have to do is start moving them around so that you can get them to fit. And you want to get them nice and close together so that we don't waste much material. If you want the fancy dark wood, that will be in the tub underneath the desk. So there's that. So now I can come up here, I can grab this. I can start to do my rotating to make them fit within it. If they don't fit, you need to either make your pieces smaller or you need to find different wood. So I can make that fit there. I can grab this one, I'll bring it up, and you're just going to rotate each individual piece, and you're going to try and get as many of these pieces on here as you can. Okay, so I got all the numbers or symbols, and I got a couple pieces. The last thing you're going to do is you're going to export. So you can highlight what you want to export. You can do it all at once. You can do a little bit at a time. But I'm going to go and I'm going to export. File, export selected. You're going to go on to Warby shared like you've done before. You're going to go into just the laser, go beginning woods, and you can put it in the clock or anywhere that you want to put it, and then you're going to start to cut it. That should be all the information you need to cut your clock face out in Marquetry.